We bought a heavily modified Camaro on Facebook Marketplace, even though our friends told us not to. And today we're going to try and fix all of its problems and come up with a plan for the future of this build. Main issues with our test drive is having an open diff is not working for us, but I'll use the lift tomorrow. For now, we've got the fueling issue. It constantly, we'd be having the power, going fast, and then just lose it. And it seemed kind of random. And definitely, maybe the fuel's going sloshing to the back of the tank. And the tank is right underneath here. So I already put in the spare key and it opened, which honestly, I thought I was gonna have to fight this thing off tooth and nail. So the fact
that's already pretty good.
Yeah, that's a really good start. It looks like they had the hood struts here to replace these ones, and you can tell why. Whoa. But for now, let's find a relatively safe place to pin this up. I mean, worst case scenario, I just get bonked in the head. This has Bose speakers, dude. That's nice, man. I wonder if it still does. I figured flathead, Phillips. We'll see what else, but really we got to get access to this gas tank. Oh!
What have you discovered?
This is why I brought my gloves, man. Oh, squirrel nest.
Oh my.
Yeah.
The little rodents have been going crazy around here lately.
What I don't know is if it has the Blazer fuel tank or the Camaro fuel tank. We're about to find out. Ooh. Oh, that's easy access.
There it is.
So this has definitely been modified. You can see because it's been totally cut up. Well, we'll take it out and see what it looks like in there. These are made in America hose clamps. They say USA right on them. Look at that.
Heck yeah.
I've never seen that before. Yeah, so we got breather. I think this is our send and this is our return. While you were getting the hammer, look what I found under the carpet.
Oh.
There's some loose hardware, which may have been actually grounding this. It's the same bolt size. There we go, man. Now we get to see what's in this cookie. Whoa, way more fuel than I thought. I do think these are supposed to be rigid. I think our issue is that this is flexible and just not staying at the bottom. Because even with 5 or 6 gallons of fuel in there, it's just nowhere near high enough to where that intake would be consistently in the fuel. It'll be interesting to hear Ethan's take because I'm not a mechanic. But on the count of how this has a ground, I feel like some form of power should be going here, and there isn't. Not a single wire was touching this. We've done our initial investigation. We'll get the professional's opinion and then move forward. See, it has a ground wire, but it's not actually grounded to anything.
Yeah.
These bolts I just found here, they weren't actually connected to anything.
Well, the pump isn't in here, so the pump is on the engine or somewhere in between. If it's a mechanical pump, it's on the engine. It could be electronic somewhere in the middle. Yep, it has a mechanical diaphragm pump running off of the cam, most likely. Oh, there's your problem. The fuel line going into the pump is completely kinked.
Oh.
Like, it's flat, totally flat right here. So it's getting enough fuel at idle, and when you're just kind of throttle off, it has enough to build up into the float bowl.
But every time
you hold it at throttle, it just runs out.
Well, that makes sense. That's exactly what we were experiencing.
So if you can see that line there,
Yeah, I'll just
find a way to reroute that and probably just replace it because it's been kinked for so long it'll probably stay kinked.
Yep. So I need to get underneath the car to get the top one and then figure out the rest when we get there. No one threw that for you? Are you playing your own fetch? The dog's mission when they get groomed is just, look at his little butt fluff. Their mission is just to get as dirty as possible, as fast as possible. You can still see where it was kinked.
Oh yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. When we're just idling, cruising, getting it on the trailer, everything's fine. But when you start revving it out, and it was more like that in there really. So I think I'll just get twice as much length, so the loop is very gradual to make the corner. It's kind of like that in there. With some new, softer material, should be just fine. I bet you about mile 35 of the 100-mile challenge, you'd be like, yep, you're right, the ducks aren't real, there's no way they could be. And I'd be like, see what I'm talking about?
It starts with horses and then you go on to other farm animals.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone knows cows aren't real, so that's just the easy one right there. I wonder if we ran it long enough to not need the jumper box.
I just have a suspicion that's not the case.
It's only one way to find out.
So it's been a few days since we got this thing. It seems like it might sound a little better, but I still think there's something wrong.
Did you hear anything bad?
I didn't hear anything bad.
Huh. So when you shift it, you can feel it go into gear, but in no gear does it move forward or backward.
That's not good.
So the hubs are locked. Check this out. Look at it though. And when you're driving it, it's like significantly bad. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! So why would it go into drive when the front is locked, but not be just two-wheel drive?
Honestly, kind of hard to say. I have no idea.
It felt like the rear was powered to me.
I mean, I would assume that is the case, but it's kind of hard to say.
That's the most power I've ever felt in this vehicle. So I think it's getting fuel. It's still not revving out right. I think I'm gonna take off the carb and clean it. Also, I think we have a whole new, or like new, carb for that thing that we bought for the, when we carbureted the Jag for a Gambler. Because that only made it like a couple miles. But I need to be able to breathe in here, dude. I don't care if I get muddy. I just want like oxygen in my lungs and not exhaust. Look how much of my head, dude. No wonder why I was bumping my head so much and the windows don't go down. Yeah, that's why I was bumping, man.
Yeah, it's official. This thing definitely doesn't sound happy still.
Are you trying to make a mud hole?
Yeah.
I told you the ground there is very, very hard. I don't think it's,
You don't think it's gonna work?
it's gonna take a very long time if it'll work at all.
Dude, also, you look so funny with your head out of there to see where you're going.
Yeah, dude, look at the windshield wipers. They make it worse. So, I think that all the way down is not getting it into first. Because sometimes if you really yoink it, like, it feels better off the line and it's not as boggy down. You know what's weird though? Is all the positions between the drive gear that's working right now and reverse kind of push you a little bit forward when you give it throttle.
I mean, it is neutral. It must just, the transmission must just be a little funky and it's still kind of like doing something. Einstein, you just got a bath. Get out of the puddle.
Also, the brakes are weak sauce. I tried to do a little brake stand in here in the mud puddle just to see what it would like if it rev under load. and it just pushed straight through the brakes like they weren't even applied.
There's something wrong with that, I think. I don't think that's normal, but it's probably an all-wheel drive transfer case. Also, it's hilarious seeing you sit there with your head out of the car.
It's so much easier to see.
I know.
And also it's easier to breathe. I wish that...
It's also easier to be decapitated.
Oh, that's what I was thinking when I was really hauling through the woods. I was like, I'm not gonna roll it on your property, but if I were to, I would be so dead.
Yeah. And then the rest of us would be dead because your wife would murder us. I'll just say I was in the shop at the time. Plausible. Deniability.
Oh, let's say it was his idea.
Well, she would believe that.
Well, the last time I went up this hill was in a Chang-Li, and the Camaro just isn't built like that, you know? It started slipping backwards when I got in this little rut, and then the battery decided not to work again.
Oh.
But I did make a discovery.
What's that?
The battery isn't strapped down at all. I think if I stay out of the rut, I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
But the rut is quite large.
Yeah, the erosion this winter has been intense.
Yeah.
And, you know, for a man who's so in love with Chang-Li's, this thing is kind of the perfect off-road machine for you.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time.
We gotta just get Dave to help you make it better and then take it to Moab.
Yep, let's do that. Also, rolling backwards, not having power, and then you lose your power steering is a little different.
Well, the good news is you couldn't get out of this rut if you tried, so.
Yeah, that is the good news.
All right, give her a crank.
All right. That was full throttle. So the fuel is definitely having some kind of pickup issue, right?
Well, also carburetors don't like steep hills. I just like that he's trying to say that the Chang-Li is better than the Camaro. I think that it's just because he's better at driving a Chang-Li than this. After watching it, I think it's an all-wheel drive transfer case and it's slipping, but the rear is slipping inside the transfer case because the front wheels were just aggressively churning and the rears were just kind of barely going. I really just want Edwin to drive that home one day.
I want that too.
And I want his wife's reaction recorded.
Dude, I like this truck. This might be my new Chang-Li, man.
I kind of root for that, honestly.
It really sounds like a monster truck. Ethan was looking at it, confirming my suspicions that the rear really isn't getting power, which makes sense why the front isn't locked. These aren't really moving very well. So I think we need a new transfer case, weld the diff, and I don't know about the whole running right situation because at the bottom of the hill it was running just fine. So maybe there's something there. Either way, we'll clean the carbs, but really, I mean, it's pretty mint, man. I'd feel a little more comfortable if we had seatbelts. So I'll definitely try to make that happen. Probably seats that fit in here better because these are not from this Camaro, and these seats are super high up, and it's already a small car for me. If I'm gonna be like doing a whole off-road session in this thing, I'm gonna need a little height for my head, you know? This is a feature that no Chang-Li has, man. This is nice. You can just easily choose if you want your roof or not. Sweet. Dude, this is a nice ride.